Hey friends, it has been a little while since I gave an update about life in Baltimore City, ministry in Baltimore City. I want to do that in just a couple of minutes. Can I read you this verse from John 15:16? Jesus told his disciples, You didn't choose me, I chose you. I appointed you to go and produce fruit, and that your fruit should remain. I've been meditating on that verse recently, and I love the whole idea of remaining fruit, that like we're designated to be fruitful and for that fruit to last. And I'm so grateful that God's got us to 2026 and the things that I'm looking at across Baltimore, the things that I'm seeing across the church. A few big things, as many of you know, Crystal, my wife, graciously, heroically resigned from the NIH last October. I think she finished up mid-October, something like that. And she took on the job of founding a new nonprofit called Baltimore Relief Network that could be the umbrella organization for everything happening out of the Compassion Center. Many of you have followed our story. You know that we give away millions of dollars worth of food out of the Compassion Center almost every Tuesday and Friday. There's like a tractor trailer load of food that goes out. It was fruitful. My role has been for the last 6 years to be like a permission giver, a cheerleader, a fundraiser, just kind of trying to hold the thing together, but not really good at creating the entity to support it. And then Haven City Church has never been a really good home for the Compassion Center because with the church, I cannot generate the funding that is needed to run the organization that wraps around the fruitfulness happening out of the Compassion Center. So Crystal took that on. You can go to baltimorerelief.com. She has done an incredible job of putting in place the systems, the budgeting, all of the things that should have been there for so long. She has been heads down working on it. She has an incredible software that she's developed to just manage the site. The website looks awesome. So check out baltimorerelief.com. She'll probably have other updates. I'll let her share that when she wants to. Everything is going really good there. It's such a blessing. It just means so much to me personally, having invested a lot of time there, to see it in her hands and to see the stewardship that's happening out of the Compassion Center. And she graciously lets me still be around and be the director of operations. On the church side, church is awesome. Our theme this year is deep and wide, like the kids song, deep and wide, deep and wide. Yeah, so that's our theme. So deep refers to spiritual depth. And we created a discipleship program this year. The first time we've ever had like a structured discipleship program. And you ask, okay, why, Josh, are you 8 years in and you don't have like a structured discipleship program? Look, I've dabbled with it. God gifted our church with a veteran church planter, OG, Roger Kim. He has been walking with me, helping us design a discipleship program that meets the nuance of our church. The things that I've always wrestled with our church is that we are so diverse. We've got people that are illiterate. They are homeless. They may have a third grade education. And then we've got working professionals that are like doctors and PhDs and doing research studies. And so it's like, how do you create a discipleship program for that kind of thing? And then you got scheduling and who's available when, and some people need to meet in person. Some people want to be on Zoom. So this year we launched Waypoints. It's got the growth track. The growth track kind of is a catch-all for like, look, if you're participating in a small group, you're participating in a Bible discussion group, an interest group, Sunday seminars, we've got you. Sorry, my phone is ringing. If you're participating in one of those groups, then you're in the growth track. The second piece is our discipleship track, and that's a structured 3 phases throughout the year. You're in a cohort, you're going through a curriculum. We did our first wave of cohorts back in the winter, starting in January. and we had 23 people participate. It was great. We're looking at starting in June, our summer cohorts, phase 2, and we're hoping to have over 50 people in that group. And so that's the second piece. Then the third piece of Waypoints is just a leadership development pipeline where I'm investing in future leaders. So Waypoints is our deep part of Deep and Wide. And I'm so grateful for all the people participating, people helping lead that. That's a lot of fun. But there's deep and there's wide. So why wide? Wide is all about capacity. 2 Sundays ago, we had our largest attendance ever. We ran out of chairs. The space where we meet at, we've been at capacity there for the last 12 to 14 months. And there's a rule with church planting and church as a whole. It's the 80% rule. You get to 80% of your capacity, your church can't grow. People come in, they see a room that's full, and they're like, there's no place for me here. And so the wide piece of Deep and Wide, we're focused on capacity. Our Spanish church that meets in the Compassion Center, that space is packed out. They don't have any more space. The English church doesn't have any more space. The Compassion Center, with Baltimore Relief, they've been out of space for a long time. That is like the craziest situation. So we're focused on capacity. So Deep and Wide has been our theme across the board. Things are awesome. One of the encouraging pieces just with finances is that not every month, but over the last 6 months, there's been a few months where the internal giving, people that are part of Haven City Church, their giving has bumped us into the black, where we're paying our bills for that month. Many of you have been walking with us, giving financially for the last 10 years. Can you believe it? I've been in Baltimore for 10 years. Many of you have given financially. We've got just an awesome spread of individuals that give to Haven City Church. You don't come to church here, but you found some way in your budget to give generously and sponsor Christians who are loving Jesus in Baltimore City, trying to plant a church. You guys are amazing. And then there's churches. We've got Cross Connection. We've got Sugar Creek Baptist Church. Northside has sponsored us. Bethel Church has sponsored us. Just amazing churches that have given generously to make this whole thing possible. And so hopefully it's encouraging to you that the church here is finally, after 8 years, just celebrated our 8-year anniversary for Sunday morning gatherings. After 8 years, we're bumping into that sustainability piece. And now, look, I know if you're from a church not in the city, that may seem like a long time. But actually, when I started Haven City Church, I was told, look, it'll take you 10 years to get to sustainability. So we're we're a little bit ahead of schedule. So thank you for giving, but we still need financial support. The support that's coming in, the external giving right now, it's all going towards that capacity. Because while maybe the internal giving can cover the bills, it's not a budget to be able to go and get the next place. So if you've got money and if you want to allocate funds towards missions, if you're a church, you're on your missions committee, if you want to give, we could use money right now specifically so that we can get a bigger Sunday morning space. We'd love to see space for the Compassion Center. We're working on real estate projects. What can we do with that? Your giving's appreciated. We want to see what God has started, have the capacity to grow. It's kind of right now this plant that's in a constrained pot. It's got to have room to grow. So capacity. Thank you for giving. Thank you for loving us. Thank you for watching what God has done. Man, Baltimore City, good stuff. Crime is at this historic low. When I came here, Baltimore City was the most dangerous city in America. And we are right now on track to have record low crime in the city, which is awesome. We've got to keep praying for our schools. The educational system is really hard. We've got amazing teachers in the city, amazing administrators. But there's a culture when it comes to education. You guys know, if you're from a state where it's struggle, your schools struggle, it's not just a teacher problem. It's not just a resourcing problem. It's a culture problem. And so pray for that. Pray that God would work through that. And yeah, there's so much. Can I share a little bit? One thing about food access, you know, that we had more food than we could give away out of the Compassion Center in 2022, and then we were struggling to pay the bills with on the truck. It costs about $6,000 a month to run the truck. So Matt Stevens and I started Food Access Coalition. So now we have 155 pantries in Baltimore City supported by Food Access Coalition. Matt and I do this kind of as a side gig. It's kind of our hobby to just like support 155 pantries, help them find food every week. And so some of you, like a few years ago, we ran like a campaign to try to buy a truck. We came up with like $30,000 to be able to try to buy a truck, which was about 50% of what we needed. But man, we've been able to stretch that money to now where the truck is running 7 days a week, servicing the Compassion Center, and then servicing 155 pantries around Baltimore City. It's awesome. Oh, and then if this isn't cool enough, because I'm totally a nerd, right? I used AI, and I have an AI agent that does the admin on it. So my AI agent is named Gideon, and he's my admin agent running Food Access Coalition, making sure that the food goes where it needs to go and gets delivered where, and tells our driver in Spanish what he's supposed to do. So I'm having fun with that. Yeah, those are the things that are going on in Baltimore City. Again, love you guys. Those of you not in Baltimore City, thank you for praying. Thank you for financially giving. Thank you for visiting, coming and seeing what God's doing here. The door is always welcome. We'd love to have you. Thank you. Thank you for your friendship. Thank you for caring about the fruit. Thank you for investing to the point where we're seeing fruit that's going to remain. God bless you.